Welcome to episode number 3 of this Jacksonville Jaguars Madden 23 Fantasy Draft Franchise Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Jacksonville Jaguars Madden 23 Fantasy Draft Franchise Series here in Madden 23, obviously. We're about to play the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, as you can see on the screen, right in the middle of the screen. It's week 10. We're 5-3-1. They're 5-3, so almost the same record. The only difference is that we have a tie and they don't. We tied against the Eagles in week 4, I believe. And we started 3-0-1, but since our 3-0-1 start, we're 2-3. I'm doing my math right, which I believe I am. Yeah, so since we started 3-0-1, we're 2-3 since that 3-0-1 start. We beat the Commanders in week 1, which is 2 episodes ago, 24-7. Beat the Colts 45-10. Beat the Chargers 38-17. Tied the Eagles in Philly 29-29. Lost to the Texans, which was last episode, 21-10. That last episode will be an eye in the sky in the top right-hand corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. Then we beat the Colts 30-7 in Indy. Then we lost to the Giants 26-14. Then we beat the Broncos 20-9. That game was actually, or this game was actually in London, I believe. And then we lost to the Raiders 21-14. So you might feel or might know how, or based on all of the scores, how obviously, like I said, we started 3-0-1. Since the 3-0-1 start with 2-3, and also since that 3-0-1 start, we haven't been scoring that much either. Like 21-10, only 10 points, 30-7, so we scored 30, then only like 14, and then we scored 20 and still won 20-9. Or then we scored 20 and still won 20-9, but then we only scored 14. And 14 usually doesn't win you a game. Well, it could if you won like 14-7 or 14-10, but didn't here. So let's try to get back on track here. It's our last game before our bye week, and let's try to win this game. So the Jaguars are 6-3-1 at their bye. If we do win this game, we will be 6-3-1 at our bye. We're in a tough division. It's a fantasy draft franchise, so obviously in real life the AFC South is not that good, but in this game they are, because it's a fantasy draft franchise. Texans have Patrick Mahomes. That's, you guys know that if you watched the last episode of the series. You have the Titans who are 6-2. The Lions are 6-2. The Raiders are 6-2. We just lost to. The Eagles 5-2-1. Obviously we tied them in week 4. Panthers 6-3, and then so on and so forth. And AFC North, it's 6-3 Ravens, and then you have the 5-3 Steelers. AFC South, oh well, that's our division. Titans 6-2, Texans 5-3. We're in third, but we're still at 5-3-1, and we're only a game and a half back to first. I'm doing my math right. And then you have the Colts 1-8. Yeah, and they just won their first game. They were 0-8, now they're 1-8. Jets lead that AFC East, AFC West. The Raiders lead that division, but the Chiefs are in second, a game back, and we're about to play the Chiefs. NFC North, Lions lead that division. Packers, yeah, 3-6, but they have Malik Willis, a rookie quarterback. They don't have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is on the Raiders in this game. NFC South, Panthers lead that division. They're tied with the Buccaneers, actually. NFC East, Eagles lead that division. Half a game up on the Cowboys. And then the NFC West, 49ers lead that division, with the Cardinals in second. And the Chiefs quarterback is Russell Wilson. And their running back is Tony Pollard. And then the wide receivers, you'll know them throughout the game. But first, there's a cutscene, Under Siege, which means, basically what it means is to discuss the stat total from the previous game. I think we did up a lot of stats in the last game. Hopefully it was only like 5 or 6 tops, because if it was something like 7 or 8, that might be a bad thing, or it is a bad thing. And so yeah, coach, protection from the quarterback was a major issue this past week as you surrendered a high volume of sacks. Where do these struggles start? Blame offensive line or quarterback? I just don't do the offensive line because they're supposed to be blocking. So I don't blame the offensive line. It starts up front. Number one job for the offensive line is to keep the quarterback, well, protected. With that being said, how do you get the group back on track? Stay the course, extra preparation. Stay the course. More than the Titans 1 week at a time. Stay the course and not overreact when you stray off path a little bit. Oh, that was bad. Offended lineman. I probably should not have done that, because the offensive line isn't happy with being called out. -5 morale for all offensive linemen. That was probably a bad decision, but can't do anything about it now. Stay the course, beat the Chiefs, despite having -5 morale for all offensive linemen. Bonus goal: limited stats will allow, or limited stats allowed will give your offensive line a temporary boost. Okay. We also died at the Russell Wilson because he's a veteran quarterback. We do have Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, so that's 2 veteran quarterbacks right there. So let's get into the game. 5-3-1 Jaguars at the 5-3 Chiefs at CHEIFS Field at Arrowhead Stadium. I know that's a mouthful, but that's the official name of the Chiefs. Chiefs Field or Chiefs Stadium. Yeah. So let's get into it. Right now, skip that. Play full game, of course. The games I do play off camera, I do play the moments, but the games I play on camera, I play the games I play off camera, I play the moments, and then the games I play on camera, I play the entirety of the game. So yeah, we're 86 overall, they're an 82 overall. Let's get into the game right now. Play call is enhanced. The difficulty is all pro, and the game style is simulation. And it's 6-minute quarters, by the way. 6-minute quarters. I have not touched the settings at all, and I won't be touching the settings throughout the entirety of the series, which hopefully we do in a Super Bowl, which I think we can if we play a little bit better. Let's watch a presentation. Alan Roach. We also have Derrick Henry as our running back. We know, same conference but different divisions. We're in the AFC South, they're in the AFC West. There's Pollard. Obviously, it's usually Mahomes and Chiefs, but instead it's Wilson and the Chiefs. And then usually it's Lawrence and the Jaguars, but instead it's Carr and the Jaguars. Tony Pollard, 2 touchdowns last week against whoever the Chiefs are playing in Week 9. Now it's Week 10. And looks like the Panthers beat the Falcons 17-10. In Carolina. I believe that was Thursday Night Football. Looks like it's a little overcast here in Kansas City as we're on your way here in week number 10. And it's returned by, that's Patrick Peterson, our cornerback. Yes, a defenseman, or not defenseman, but a defensive player back there to return. He got about a 20-yard return up to the 33-yard line. It was about 25 yards, rather. Here's Carr in the Jacksonville offense. 9th-year starter. So, from Fresno State. Remember, Devontae Adams also went to Fresno State. Here we go. Adams is out left. Out to the left. First play from scrimmage. Doesn't go to Adams. It goes to Oliver, a tight end. One of our tight ends. 11 yards. First down. Here we go. We're in a tight division. Tough division. Texans are in New York to play the Giants. So I gotta watch out for that game. That game's also here at 12 p.m. So both these games, or this game is an early game along with the Texans game. I also gotta watch out for the Titans game. If they're hosting Denver, so gotta watch out for that as well. That's also a early game here in week number 10. And hit as he threw, and that ball is caught. What a catch by Adams as he just mossed his defender. My goodness. 57 total yards already, and we're at the 11-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. Yeah. That's why I got Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, that's why I got him. Here's Henry, and Henry went absolutely nowhere. 7 down and 10, no ding. Let's go with inside zone. Let's give it to him again. We're 2 minutes into this game. Adams, I just mossed that die. At least one die, possibly even 2 dies. Here's Henry, and he bounced off a die. Not 4. 3rd and 6 from the 7. We can't get a first down without a touchdown. First down murders at the 1. Here we go. Let's go with P.A. Mills. First down marker at the 1. 3rd and 6 from the 7. Here we go. Play action. Could be a mistake. Flag is down. And I'm going to throw it. That ball is picked off. And it's going to be a touchback as he steps out of the end zone. But what's the flag? It's probably going to be offensive holding. A holding defense? No, holding offense on the left guard, despite the referee saying defense. That was just a glitch. So it's offensive holding. The penalty declines. A touchback and an interception. And here's Russell Wilson at the 20. Yeah, I should not force that. But I did. Interception and a touchback. That ball is caught for about 18 yards. First down in Kansas City. And I was caught by number 1. Let's go with overload 3 seam from the 38. Halfway through the first quarter. Pollard to Wilson's right. And Wilson, why is that guy so open? Kobe Myers. I recognize the name. Let's go with another blitz here. I probably shouldn't be blitzing every time. Here we go. Running the 49 already. And 2 plays are already almost at midfield. Here's Pollard. And he got stood up. 3 yards. He had 84 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Let's go with the cover 3 seam. It's a zone play. 1:55 to go in the first quarter. No score here in Kansas City. Chiefs have the ball at midfield. There's a throw. That was dangerous. How in the world does he get 5 extra yards? First down. And the Texans are up 14-0 over New York. Mahomes only has 1 for 3, 5 yards, but his team has a pair of touchdowns. There might have been a pit sits involved. And Pollard wide open seam, and he got about 15. Oh no, we got. Come on, guys. Yeah, come on. Under 1 minute to play in the first quarter, that is. And now it's a run by Pollard, and he literally falls forward for 6 yards there. I mean, come on, guys. Didn't miss anything. 2nd down and 4 from the 21 seconds to go. Here's Wilson. How did he get that away? And somehow he got a first down to the 14 with 14 seconds to go. My goodness. And that's probably going to be the quarter, and it will be. End of the first quarter. No score here in Kansas City, but the Chiefs are on the move. Yeah. Here we go. Come on, boys. I mean, I don't know how he got it away and how did that guy got a first down. Now it's 21-7 Houston. Mahomes has 2 touchdowns and only 35 passing yards. There's a throw. Incomplete. First incomplete pass for Russell Wilson. Set it down. Come on, boys. Let's hold him at least 3. Or only 3. Remember, Chiefs did ball after halftime. Seattle's up on Tampa, 14-0. Seattle's quarterback is Trevor Lawrence. Quick throw incomplete. Back-to-back incompletion. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 14. First down markers at the 4 with 5:56 to go in the second. Here we go. And Wilson got outside. He'll throw it, and it's caught at the 1. First down and goal. Come on, dude. How in the world did that go in there? Or how was it caught? First and goal from the 1. He'd pass it. Wilson literally could run it up the middle, but he doesn't. And well, he did. He didn't at first, but he eventually did, as he got outside and runs it in. Chiefs, as he runs it in, runs around, got outside, and Wilson runs it in for a touchdown. 6-0 Chiefs, and now it's 7-0 Chiefs, with 5:22 to go in the first half as they drove 80 yards and on 11 plays, 80 yards, 11 plays, and it was just under 4 minutes. Russell Wilson had that 1-yard touchdown rush, or 1-yard touchdown run. 7-0 Chiefs. Here's Peterson from about a yard deep. And there's a flag down as he's up to about the 23-yard line, but it's going to be on us. Usually it is on a kickoff or a punt. It's always on the receiving team. Usually it's on a holding on, I don't know who it was, but now we're back up at the 13. So we were up at the 17-yard line last time, and then he threw the pick, carded, and it resulted in a touchdown the other way. Here's Henry, and he down 4, sending down in 6. It's a huge drive because there's 5 minutes to go in the first half, and the Chiefs did ball after halftime, and they're up 7-0. Don't want to force anything here. I might be forcing something here, and yeah, that's picked off. I mean, and then 23 just shoved off Adams, and that could be a pit 6, and Carr forced him out at the 1. That was Murphin Bunton. I recognize the name, and he just tackled at the 1-yard line by Derek Carr. And yeah, they're gonna score now because they're only a yard out of the end zone. And shotgun is Wilson. Doesn't give it to Pollard. He's gonna throw it, and of course it's caught by number 1. Touchdown, Kansas City. Yeah, I gotta stop forcing it. I believe that's Robbie Anderson. I didn't realize he's on the Panthers, I'm pretty sure. And I believe this is Santos with the PAT. 14-0 Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah, so I gotta stop throwing interceptions, really. Because I've thrown 2 interceptions. One was almost a pit 6, but both resulted in a touchdown for the other team. I'm gonna return it, and he's up to the 27-yard line. 4:33 to go in the first half. 14-0 Chiefs. We have a chance to hopefully get a touchdown and cut our deficit in half. But remember, they did ball after halftime too, which is not good. Here we go. Come on. Wide open as that's another tight end. 11 yards first down. I mean, he only has 2 incomplete passes. Carr does, and tentatively those both incomplete passes were the interceptions. Here we go. Come on. Gotta settle it down here. And open is Hidby, our first-string tight end, Tyler Hidby. Another first down to their 47. So yeah, just take what the defense is giving them. I mean, saying that now after throwing the 2 interceptions. Here we go. So PA roll out to the left. Hopefully that's it blocked on the left side. And open is circle, and it's not that of his hands. And of course there's another flag. Please be on the other team, maybe. No, of course it's not. It's an ineligible receiver downfield. Offensive lineman went too far. And how is it an ineligible receiver on the quarterback? Oh no, it was a lead forward pass, not an ineligible receiver downfield. He went past the line of scrimmage. I had a brain fart there. I thought he said an ineligible receiver downfield, but it was a lead forward pass. So we lost 5 yards plus the down, so it's 2nd and 15 after the loss of down with the penalty. And I dotted away, and yeah, I should have thrown that away. It's 3rd and 15 now. PA Mills from the 3rd and 15 from the 48. If we did like 10 yards, I might go for it. Or I might be able to kick it, maybe. Here we go. Here we go. And yeah, I didn't see that guy standing right there. I don't know who that is. Number 94. 3 minutes to go in the half, and I don't have to punt it. This is Johnny Hector. The wind to 7 miles per hour going left to right. So I keep that in mind if I did any field goals. No fair catch. And, oh, tackle right on the spot by number 6. Could have definitely fumbled it. Wish he did, but he didn't. Up there. Start over at the 13 now. Let's get a stop and then hopefully maybe score before halftime. 2:41 on the clock. Come on. And, of course, that's caught, and number 1 is gone. And, yeah, no one's catching him. One play, and it's, what, an 87-yard touchdown, and it's 20-0. Man, what is going on? I mean, come on, dude. And it's 20-0 with 2:32 to go in the half. And it's now 21-0 with 2:32 to go in the half. This man. So we have, what, 3 drives, 2 interceptions, and a punt. And then they have 3 drives, and they have 3 touchdowns. 2 off of interceptions, and then the last one, well, it was, you know, I could be kneeing it because it was brought out from about halfway through the end zone. And it's right where he would have needed -1 yard up to the 24. Come on. 2:20 in the clock. Wish we had the ball after halftime, but we didn't. Or we won't. They will. Here we go. Here's a throw. That ball's caught Oliver. So we haven't had a big play. The only big play was when Adam mossed that one dude. Here we go. Let's do 2-minute warning, 21-0, or yeah, 2-minute warning, 21-0 Chiefs. We need to come back to the ages here, and there's technically only 14 minutes left because it's 6-minute quarters. And yeah. So we gotta start by actually scoring, which would be helpful. And yeah, I hit a button, but I hit circle, but he didn't throw it because he was being brought down, sent it down. Or third down, and the Chiefs call their first timeout. 3rd and 9 now from the 26, and yeah, this is just disastrous. Yeah, our offense is unmovable here. And of course, my guys can't catch either. It's 4th down. Okay, so I should be punting, but I'm just gonna go for it at this point because I know it's not even halftime, but with them getting the ball after halftime, come on. And yeah, it's picked off. So it's picked off by number 7, Thompson, and they're at the 23-yard line. This is just a disaster. So that's 3 interceptions for Carr, 3 interceptions out, and then a punt, and they have 3 touchdowns in their 3 drives. Here's Wilson, empty backfield, and yeah, we just can't guard also, and Wilson just, but also what do you expect when I keep throwing interceptions. Here we go. And it bopped right out time. There's a throw, and it's caught down to the 5, sent it down into. Yeah. Sorry guys. I know I'm really. Usually this doesn't happen, but just that kind of game here. So we're gonna fall at 5, 4, and 1 here, unless we pull off a miracle. 3rd down now. Here we go, 3rd and 2 now. This will be I mean, if we force them a field goal, it'll still be a 3-score game. Here's a throw. Picked it off, dude. If you picked it off, it would be a pick 6. Instead, you just put your hand down. At least it's not a touchdown. It's a 22-yard field goal attempt. So make it a 24-point game, but it'll still be a 3-score game. And it's the chip shot. Less than an extra point. 24-0 Chiefs. Finally stopped him, but that guy literally could have picked it off and had a pick 6. Instead, he put his hand out. At least it wasn't a touchdown. But we got, so yeah, so 3 interceptions by Carr leads to 17 points. So here we go. That's going to be a touchback. 54 seconds, 3 timeouts, 50 seconds rather, 3 timeouts. Quite frankly, we need a touchdown, but We're down by 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions here. Here we go. Come on. And of course, there's no blocking. He fumbled the ball. And we can't advance it in the last 2 minutes. I probably should have called timeout, but at this point, this is a disaster. Here we go. I'm just chucking it up here, and of course it's picked off. Well, it was picked off, but out of bounds. Let's go with 4 verticals. It's 3rd and 29. That was picked off, but it's been rented at 2 feet down. Texans are up 24-14. Here we go. I'm just going to throw it up, and Hidby made the catch. I think he got a 1st down, and I'll call it timeout 9 seconds. Maybe we'll just do a field goal. I don't know how he even caught that. Okay, so from the 36, yeah, we need about 20 yards to have a chance here. Here we go. Here we go, and that ball actually was caught. And I might have a chance for a field goal, but the wind's going side to side, it's not going like with us or against us, it's going from side to side. But let's try. It's 58 yards. Our kicker is Justin Tucker, so he's one of the best kickers in the NFL, if not the best. Let's see if we actually can get it. This might be good. It's 58 yards. Does it have enough lead? It does. And we're on the board, but we're still down by 21. But at least we're on the board. 24-3 Chiefs here at halftime. Let's listen in to Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We're on the board, but we're still down by 21, and they did the block after halftime. 28-14, Texans almost at halftime. Jared Goff's the Giants quarterback, while Patrick Mahomes is the Texans quarterback. Seattle at Tampa. 21-14, Seattle almost at halftime. Seahawks 3-6, Buccaneers 6-3. (14-14) almost at halftime. So they said that Broncos and Titans are tied at 14 almost at halftime. Here we go. 24-3 Chiefs. Should be in the second half. Yeah, second half here in Kansas City. 24-3 Chiefs, and they did block for halftime. And there's only 12 minutes left, and we're down by 3 touchdowns. But at least we're down on the board thanks to that 58-yard field goal by Tucker at the buzzer in the first half, and that will be, I think, through the uprights for a touchback. Let's hit far. Here we go, boys. We need to stop here. No points, and we gotta go down and do a touchdown. Here we go. Come on. Empty backfield for Wilson, 5 wide. And that guy just opened. He only got 5 yards, though. So send it down at 5. But Wilson still has 2 touchdowns, while Carr has 3 interceptions. Here we go. We didn't ball for comeback. Never say never. It's not over until the fat lady sends. And that ball, oh, I thought I was going to be picked off it. I had a defender break it on it, but he got 8 yards, first down. Come on, Wade. Nope, come on. No points here. Let's force a punt here. 5 minutes to go in the third. And, oh, I ran right by him. And, of course, my guys can't tackle, and he got 8 yards out of that. Only 4 rushes, 31 yards for Pollard. One because they haven't had the ball that much. Because one drive they started at the 1 yard line. Here we go. And here's Pollard, and, yeah. Should have got more yards if he went straight. To R47, first down. I mean, my goodness, guys, come on. I don't like how no one's in the middle here. I don't know why no one's in the middle. And, yeah, what is this? Oh, my goodness. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, how is this possible? Come on. I mean, like, well, at this point, even if we only have a field goal will still make that 3-score game. But at this point, I mean, they're taking all the clock up, too. And, you know, throw it to a guy, and he's out of bounds. So he's out of bounds. He got 2 yards. Come on, we need some pressure here. We haven't had a sack all game. We haven't been close, really. Well, the Chiefs have at least 1 sack. No, they have, like, 3 sacks, rather. Here's Pollard, and he got 4, 3rd and 4 now. It's a huge third down here, especially because they've taken 3.5 minutes off this clock. Come on. Empty backfield for Wilson, and he just threw it off the, like, right when he got it from the center, he threw it. 1st and 0 from the 5. Yeah. Come on. I mean, it's a long drive, and even if they, I mean, at this point, this game's over, because they take all the clock up, too. It's a 4-minute drive. So this is a methodical drive, as he got 1. It's setting down and go from the 4, but at this point, we might not get the ball into the 4th quarter. I mean, literally, like, they have 4 drives, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Setting down and go from the 4. So literally a 4.5-minute drive. It's their fullback, and he's in. Touchdown. And yeah, that's the dagger right there for Kansas City, as they're up by 4 scores. It's now, what, 30-3? Yeah, 30-3. I'm just getting killed. So yeah, now we're down by 30-3. So we're down by 27 again, which is 4 scores. Yeah, I mean, literally 74 drives, 4.5 minutes. We just couldn't stop them. Yeah, I mean, they have, what, 5 drives, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. We have, what, 1 field goal by Tucker, 58 yards at the buzzer, and that's Peterson. Did return up to the 28-yard line. But unless there's something like a 25-point touchdown, this game's over. And unfortunately for us, there's no 25-point touchdown. This is a big hole. It's a 500-foot hole. Here's Higby. Yeah, 1 minute to go in the quarter. My guys can't block, and also probably maybe because it was a -5 morale, because I called them out in the press conference. 3rd and 4 suddenly. 4 down territory at this point because we're down by so much. Houston's gonna win because they're up by like 3 touchdowns. Here's Adams, who hasn't caught one since that one catch in the first quarter. I mean, he still has 159 yards, but 3 interceptions. 2 led to touchdowns, and then 1 led to a field goal, I think. Here we go. Hit as he threw, and what do you know? It's another interception. He was hit as he threw, and it's this Murphy Bunton with his second pick of the game. Man, 31-3 now, rather. So we're actually down by 28. Forgot they had the PAT, so yeah, at this point we might lose like 500-3. And here we go. Can we actually sack Wilson? We can, finally. It's Perryman, but it's too little too late. Set him down in 17. I mean, it only took long enough. We actually got pressure. Here we go. Last play of the quarter. They don't even have to snap the ball if they don't want to. 5 seconds. They probably won't. And actually will, despite they're up by 28. And he's out of bounds, 3rd down. We have the 4th. 31-3. Chiefs. Actually, no, there's 2 seconds left, but we're headed to the 4th now. 31-3 Chiefs. Yeah, I'm getting killed. I mean, they scored none in the first, 24 in the second, and 7 in the third. And then we scored only 3 in the second. That's it. We got 3rd and 14. I bet we'll give this up too. Yeah, I don't think this. Titans are tied at 21 against Denver. Oh yeah, I thought if you stayed upright, he would have. Yeah, 4th down. I mean, you're pumping your fist, number 16. You're down by 28. I mean, come on. Can we actually get in the end zone maybe? First punt for either team, I believe. You know, I said he punted 5 times in the win last week, and of course there's a flag down. Of course there's a flag down, and they pin us at the 5-yard line. Yeah, like everything's going wrong at this point. Leo Bond in the back on Eric Wilson, our middle linebacker, so back us up to the 3. Half of this into the goal. Just great. Just great, guys. Some are, obviously the interceptions are my fault. Some I would say that I threw, like the last one. But like some of that, like it was literally no one was near it. What a hit. And we got a Leo Bond in the back. Literally we got like 5 penalties and they got none. Here we go. But yeah, this is a disaster. This is the worst blowout ever. Here's Adams. Yeah, this is a disaster at this point. 4 interceptions, but still like 170 yards per Carr. But yeah, I just gotta be better with the football, really. Here's a throw. That ball's caught by number 80. I mean, he does have 185 yards, but 4 interceptions, and how many points were on Justin Tucker 58-yard field goal at the buzzer in the 2nd quarter. Here we go. This should be interception number 5, and yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's Devin McCourty, a free safety or a strong safety, and at this point, yeah, I'm just going to send the rest of the game, because this is a disaster. So Super Sim, yeah, this is a bad episode for me, that's for sure. This is a real bad episode for me. I'm just going to sim the end of the game. They score a field goal, and that's the game. We lose 34-3. Yeah, that did not go well at all. That's the worst blowout I think I've had, not ever, but like in a while, and the worst blowout of the season for the Jaguars, as we lose 34-3. So when I simmed there, the last, 4 minutes or whatever, the only thing that happened was the Chiefs got a field goal, but I knew we weren't going to come back, as we lose 34-3, so we lost by 31 points. They had more takeaways at 5. They averaged 7 yards per play. We averaged 6. Rushing yards, we only had 8. They had 97, and then they had more passing yards, and obviously they had more points as well. So, yeah. So, I mean, Carr, 192, 4 interceptions. Wilson, 223, and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah. And then rushing, well, Pollard, 16 for 95. Henry, only 3 for 8. And then a few guys down here. Wilson, 1 for 1 with a touchdown. Receiving, I mean, if you go to the Jaguars, 6 for 88 for Hidby. Adams, 3 for 54. O'Shaughnessy, 3 for 30. Oliver, 3 for 20. Or 2 for 20. Yeah, it was a disaster, really. It was a disaster inside itself. So, yeah, it was a dumpster fire inside another dumpster fire inside another dumpster fire. So it was like 3 dumpster fires inside each other. or really 3 dumpster fires all blazing at the same time. It was like a steel inferno. But yeah. Yeah, it was just not good. It was not good at all. I'm still posting this video though, despite me getting completely whacked by the Chiefs. Literally, like, I did lose in the last episode 21-10, but that's a lot better than 34-3. And then in the first episode I actually won, I think it was 24-7. So this doesn't happen every single time. It's just me throwing the ball around. I gotta stop forcing it, really. That's what gotta happen. Yeah, next episode of the series, I forgot exactly which game it is, but if you guys want to find out, I said it in the first episode of the series, so check out the first episode of the series if you want to find out what the 4th episode of the series will be. The 4th episode of the series will be the next episode of the series. I think it's like week 13 or 14, and I can't really remember, but if you want to find out, go to the first episode of the series. But yeah, so we follow 5-4-1. The Jaguars are now 5-4-1 at their bye week. Titans might have won against Denver. Houston was probably going to win against the Giants. So now we're in a position where we're kind of like 2.5 games back, maybe even 3 games back. And we're going to be fighting for, well, the division, but also we're going to be fighting for one of those wild card spots at this point. We started 3-0-1, but since then we're 2-4. So we're going to step it up. And hopefully we do by the next episode. And by the way, the next episode is definitely week 13 or later. So the next episode of the series is definitely week 13 or later. So you'll see the playoff picture in the next episode for sure. Because the playoff picture is available week 13, and I know that episode of the series is week 13 or past it. So you'll see the playoff picture in the next episode, which hopefully will be sooner than later. But I'm not sure exactly when the next episode of the series will be. But hopefully it's sooner than later. And you'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video despite me getting completely whacked by the Chiefs 34-3. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys time for closing the board. If this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 4 of this Jacksonville Jaguars Madden 23 Fantasy Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 4. And eat a lot of bacon and go Jaguars.